Learned very well from Elder Gossett how to keep the lights on, keep the door open, and make sure everyone feels welcome when they come in.
Wow, and we happen to have the president here today. Wow, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you today. They really don't. That they can actually get strength from. You know, there's leaders here, but we really need to all get together and get with the, you know, the civil rights people from the past, and even there's some in the future that we have to put together in the present. So.
Well, absolutely. Now, based upon your conversation now, I think that this is the part of a conversation where, you know, I would carry on, because we're talking about, you know, right now, here, present, and future. Moreover, I would yield to the president so that we could get that historical past, because
Exactly.
his guidance and leadership will really shape the conversation. If you would take note that when we exchange conversation, we tend to gravitate towards the negative, but we need that particular point of view in order to carry over some of the thoughts that I think we need to do to, you know, really pull out what we need to do. Now, you started with the youth and not knowing organizations to turn to, okay? You started out with the youth, and what has not happened is the study of the recent past that we've been through. Now, the recent past is going to be 100 years of history. It'll be 50 years of history. It'll be 40, 20. It moves rapidly, but recent history, you want to reach back to 100 years and bring it forward. And then you'll begin to see the repeat in what is happening today.
Wow, and I think the man we could talk to right here is right next to us.
Right next to us, right next to us, because he can carry us back to those days.
And we need that.
Absolutely. Now, let's take a young person, 19, 20 years old, and we probably should go a little deeper. Let's say 15, and then go to that 20-year-old. And let's ask them about Dr. Martin Luther King. They'll say, Dr. who? Okay.
Exactly.
The 1960s was a serious period in our life. It was a changing of the guard, as you may say. We went from sitting down to standing up to being knocked down. Now, I might be a little bit wrong, because it might take to the 1970s before we see that. But if you remember, James Brown was hollering out, "I'm black and I'm proud."
Where you been, a journey within, I'm soul searching. Master balance between supreme artistry and merchant. No coincidence since we fell back, the scene collapsed. Struggle and stress, but set the true bonds will stay intact. I'm a novelty, Sega's arrogance, the policy. No apology for indomitable blackness. My domino axis, a BS meter, written in between. To see deeper, it's still still treat you as 3/5. The script you fit the volume, illegitimate privilege, stereotypical gibberish. Consensus Quill and Maven, watch the pill. They asking Quill, where you been? The journey within, I'm soul searching. Master balance between supreme artistry and merchant. No coincidence since we fell back, the scene collapsed. Struggle and stress, but set the true bonds will stay intact. I'm a novelty, Sega's arrogance, the policy, no apology for indomitable blackness. My domino axis, a BS meter, written in pictorial bliss corridor for those that see deeper. They still treat you as 3/5. The script you fit the volume, illegitimate privilege, stereotypical gibberish. Consensus Quill and Maven, watch the pill. They asking Quill, where you been? The journey within, I'm soul searching. Master balance between supreme artistry and merchant. No coincidence since we fell back, the scene collapsed. Struggle and stress, but set the true bonds will stay intact. I'm a novelty, Sega's arrogance, the policy, no apology for indomitable blackness. My domino axis, a BS meter, written in pictorial bliss corridor for those that see deeper. They still treat you as 3/5. The script you fit the volume, illegitimate privilege, stereotypical gibberish. Consensus Quill and Maven, watch the pill. They asking Quill, where you been? The journey within, I'm soul searching. Master balance between supreme artistry and merchant. No coincidence since we fell back, the scene collapsed. Struggle and stress, but set the true bonds will stay intact. I'm a novelty, Sega's arrogance, the policy, no apology for indomitable blackness. My domino axis, a BS meter, written in pictorial bliss corridor for those that see deeper. They still treat you as 3/5. The script you fit the volume, illegitimate privilege, stereotypical gibberish. Consensus Quill and Maven, watch the pill. They asking Quill, where you been? The journey within, I'm soul searching. Master balance.
And then you saw a change. Elder?
Well, you said 19.
Huh? Oh, you're talking to you? Taking a picture?
No, actually, I'm filming.
You're filming?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording right
So
now.
we ought to shut up, right?
No, I was just trying to tell them that I was just about to get out of the rocking all the time. Out of the high voltage.
For a while.
How long have I been here now?
Well, we go to Salt Lake City when we get back to mountain.
Still being mountains?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. The mountains ain't gonna stop. It's gonna be like a...
It's mountains. Or mountains.
Like a lower diarrhea episode.
Sort of like big mountains.
Oh, man. I do love the mountains.
Yeah, but not that much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
You should have flown. Big time filmmaker snucking on a bus.
The other thing too is, I gotta tell y'all guys, this is the first guy who I had to give an autograph card. I actually autographed, he wanted my autograph. So, you know, this is my first fan actually. You're like my first like big fan.
Well, cool. I'm impressed by you.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I'm impressed by what you do.
Hey,
And
man.
I'm impressed by your demeanor and everything else. I mean, it's going to go a long way, my friend.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm like, hey, even if I don't go a long way, I'm gonna get as far as I can.
Well, at least you got one thing.
Yeah. Alright, well look guys, I'll let y'all see more of what's going on, but right now, just enjoy the mountains.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Are you normally free on Sundays at 3?
I mean, I could make time for whatever.
So meetings are important. You know, when it's just meetings, just talk, that's one thing. But a lot of organizations that we actually work, us being out here is part of the action part of it. Right. Investigation, service. But we have meetings with people to bring them in and let them know what the basis is of some of our initiatives, some of our teams, some of our organizations. I'm part of Black Lives Matter. Look, the Justice Arose team, What's the African brand, which is also a civil service brand. We're trying to figure out what we can do with this brand to actually serve the public better. That's why we're here. We have many teams. A lot of them are all black teams or black run. To find out what we can do with and around our people. How do we recruit our people into these teams or work with ourselves as individuals on their teams to feed, clothe, shelter, educate, entertain, and better economize our people. And it really comes down to like the most, when it comes down to it, it ain't gonna be the collegiate academic blacks from outside the city that's going through college to come here.
Right.
Those are the ones with the good information, the good connections, and the systems. It's gonna take the regular people from the streets, up from the bottom of 40th and Gerard. It's gonna take the regular people.
The ones that's like you said.
Bringing in motivation, stop and talk to the kids, and catalog where really unknown black businesses are for a database we're going to put online.
Right.
But even aside from that, I was researching Dead Presidents or Stickman's RBG Fitness and looking at the different programs they have up there.
Yeah.
And if we can't connect with them, then at least minute some of the things up there so we can help the people out.
Right.
But it's ways to get bikes for free and cheap. You know, I got some folks who build them, volunteer at their bike shops, like no cooks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the bike and barbecue thing is on October the 4th. The Philly Night Ride team is actually sponsoring that. So, it was something good to get out in a massive group.
Sometimes they don't come back to help because their job is not to help. Like, I don't want to say
They just entertainers.
Entertainers, they actually...
Michael Jordan, Oprah, they do some help.
Right, Michael Jordan, Oprah, their job is to take the attention off of black people, off of what's really should be right. They can't donate down here because they would get in trouble actually. By whoever higher power destroyed.
That's called character assassination.
They don't like the alumni. How you think the colleges, white colleges, whatever the case is, the people who graduated from there, they send money back to them colleges to help out. Black people don't do that. When you graduate from a college, they don't want you to send money back to your old school. That's why a lot of HBCU schools is going to get shut down.
I will say one thing. Our people do it, but the issue is that the millions of dollars that they do come from blacks and other folks that go to HBCUs, there are many great things that come out of that.
I'm talking about the people that's higher, not just the people who graduated, the people who actually, they watch them more than they watch us. The people who actually they got the funds to actually love it.
Regular poor average people decide we're going to kill the Messiah complex. We're done with the welfare state. We're done with the hand-me-down. We're done with the baking for stuff. We're done with the working for companies that hate it. We're actually going to break away from that. Do more for selfish individuals. Start our own businesses. Come together. Give each other jobs. That has been the up and down flux of the black society since we have been in this country as this country. Although we've been here for thousands of years before that. So when it comes down to what you're saying is essentially what our Justice Zarrell's campaign is. It's a do-for-self campaign. It's, look, Congress, President, Supreme Court, you're going to do this, this, and this. Because if you don't, we're still going to do it anyway, to be honest. We're going to break away into our own economy. We're going to buy black. We're going to find our own businesses. We're going to note them down in databases.
That's what we got to do, man.
Black Wall Street Renaissance.
If we weren't oppressed, if we weren't oppressed by truck going by. Bye-bye.
See, they ain't even getting on the hood.
If we were not oppressed in the way that we are, if we were oppressed like the Arabs in America, if we were oppressed like the Chinese, which is higher on the caste system than we are, higher in the class system than we are, we'd be better off. But I'll talk to you more about this later. Are you normally free on Sundays at 3?
Man, I couldn't make time for whatever.
So meetings are important. When it's just meetings, just talk, that's one thing. But a lot of organizations that we actually work, us being out here is part of the action part of it. Investigation, service. But we have meetings with people to bring them in and let them know what the basis is of some of our initiatives, some of our teams, some of our organizations. I'm part of Black Lives Matter. Look, the Justice Zarrell's team, What's of African brand is also a civil service brand. We're trying to figure out what we can do with this brand to actually serve the public better. That's why we're here. We have many teams. A lot of them are all black teams or black run. To find out what we can do with and around our people. How do we recruit our people into these teams or work with ourselves as individuals on their teams to feed, clothe, shelter, educate, entertain, and better economize our people. And it really comes down to like the most, When it comes down to it, it ain't going to be the collegiate academic blacks from outside the city that's going through college to come here.
Right.
Those are the ones with the good information, the good connections, and the systems. It's going to take the regular people from the streets. I'm from the bottom of 40th and Gerard. It's going to take the regular people.
The ones that's, like you said, that's in power, who's out. Sometimes they don't come.
Emerging, no coincidence since we fell back, the scene collapsed. Struggle and stress beset the true bonds will stay intact. I'm a novelty, Sega's arrogance, the policy, no apology for indomitable blackness. My domino axis, a BS meter, written in pictorial bliss corridor for those that see deeper. And still treat you as 3/5. The script you fit the volume, illegitimate privilege, stereotypical gibberish. Consensus quill a maven, watch the pill. Ass and quill, where you been, a journey within, I'm soul searching. Master balance between supreme artistry and merchant. No coincidence since we fell back, the scene collapsed. Struggle and stress beset the true bonds will stay intact. I'm a novelty, Sega's arrogance, the policy, no apology for indomitable blackness. My domino axis, a BS meter, written in pictorial bliss corridor for those that see deeper. And still treat you as 3/5. The script you fit the volume, illegitimate privilege, stereotypical gibberish. Consensus quill a maven.
Stop by stuff like this and be able to help out. This is third world shit in the first world country. This shouldn't be.
You gotta take everything
The attention off of black people, off of what's really should be right. They can't donate down here because they will get in trouble actually by whoever hired. People who actually, they watch them more than they watch us. The people who actually they got the funds to actually love it.
Regular poor average people decide we're going to kill the Messiah complex. We're done with the welfare state. We're done with the hand-me-down. We're done with the bacon and stuff. We're done with the working for companies that hate us. We're actually going to break away from that. Do more for self individuals. Start our own businesses. Come together. Give each other jobs. That has been the up and down flux of the black society since we have been in this country as this country. Although we've been here for thousands of years before that. So when it comes down to what you're saying is essentially.